Hello. I haven't started this bus up in about 10 days. I usually try to do it once a week because what happens on this one, this thing starts so easy, but what actually happens is I guess the lift pump lets the fuel drain back and it'll lose prime if I let it sit too long. And that's the only problem this bus has as far as mechanical. I mean, it just blows my mind how easy this thing starts and how good it runs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one-handed. We'll see what happens here. You know, buses, parasitic draw. So, I always disconnect the battery. And notice, it uses one battery. It's supposed to have two Group 31s, but I just got one. And that's all it takes. And actually, I just wasn't going to spend money and buy another set of batteries just to sit and go bad, like I did on one of my buses. You know, one of my other buses, it required 3 batteries because it originally has a wheel lift or a handicap lift and see, that's the problem. This thing could use a hood, or, you know, I've got these pieces, could probably use some wood to back it up and put them back in there, and, you know, a guy could if he wanted. I'm not much into that. I'd much rather just find a whole nother hood for it for about $400 or $500. But anyway, so yeah, my other bus, it had 2 AC units and a wheelchair lift. So factory, it had 3 batteries. And me not thinking, I'm not using all that, I went ahead and I bought 3 batteries for that bus. Well, then this bus needed a battery. I thought, you know what, I'm not buying more batteries just to sit around and go bad and not get used. So, I just took one of those, 3. So now there's 2 batteries in that bus, which is the one I drive most frequently, the 2010 Bluebird Vision. I just took one of those batteries out and I put it over here. So, put that key in. Mind you, this bus hasn't started in 10 or 12 days, so I hope I didn't wait too long. And you know, I usually just bump the key and it starts. I usually don't even wait for the glow plugs. This thing just starts like a gasoline Chevy 350. And we'll let it go. Just like that. And it's running. That simple. See, we got temp, we got oil pressure at idle. It's up there almost 75. Let's hit the high idle. And it bumps up to 75. Oil pressure's great. 14 volts showing there. Half tank fuel. Trans temp, everything's cold. Park brake is on. That's what the red light is. But yeah, that's how well this thing runs. Mine has been sitting 10 days and it didn't lose prime, so 10 or 11 days, 12 maybe. Anyway, I know you can't let it sit very long because it will lose prime. No doubt about it. And then it's a real pain in the ass, because to get that hood off, then I have to get out the unleaded rag and have somebody come in here and bump the key while I'm holding the rag and all that good stuff, get it running. But yeah, that's it. It runs that well. Starts up, not a bit of blow by to the motor, no tailpipe smoke. So yeah, I usually like to come start it once a week or so, just to let it run for a few minutes, just to keep the the battery charged up, keep the fuel from draining back to the tank and losing prime. And then when I do, I like to run it through the gears a little bit. There's reverse, drive, low. Take the brake off here. Yeah, it moves. Got a trailer behind me, so I can't back up too far. But yeah, I don't know if most people do it, but the reason I run it through the gears like that, just to run some transmission fluid through, low, drive, reverse, just run it through, let all the passages in the valve body open up, get some fluid run through them, just to keep everything lubed, keep the seals lubed. So you just leave it sitting there in neutral, you don't get transmission fluid circulated throughout the whole transmission. And you really don't unless you drive it either, but still, it's better than nothing. So, oil pressure, still up there at, what would that be, 55, 60, 65? Yeah, we're at 65 pounds idling. And then oil pressure is very responsive with the throttle. You get almost 80 pounds at, 1,300 RPMs. Water temp, cold, of course. Volts up to 14. Must be thinking about another bus. I thought this had an amp meter too, but it must be the other bus. Trans temp, of course, it's cold. No check engine lights to speak of. Oh man, it's just a good running bus. Yep. Sit for 12 days, come in and start it up like a fuel injected Chevrolet 350. I mean, the thing just starts. You don't need glow plugs or a heater, intake heater. Starts the same way in the wintertime too. 30 degrees. Bump the key and it's running. I like it. Cummins 5.9 24 valve ISB. That's enough for now, folks.